In the vast expanse of the galaxy, the Galactic Empire was known for its mighty fleets and advanced technology. They ruled over countless worlds with an iron fist, believing themselves to be unbeatable. Yet, deep within the blue planet called Earth, something extraordinary was brewing, hidden from the Empire's watchful eyes. The Empire's command center buzzed with activity. Alien commanders gathered around a large holographic table, their faces tense and worried. They were discussing a recent intelligence report that hinted at strange activities coming from Earth. The report mentioned the appearance of a massive ship rising from the ocean, a sight no one had ever seen before. Most of the commanders dismissed it as a human trick, laughing at the notion that Earth could develop anything capable of challenging their supremacy. "Humans are nothing but primitive creatures," scoffed General Varkon, a towering figure with bright green skin and sharp, angular features. "Their technology is outdated. We have nothing to fear." "Perhaps, but we must not underestimate them," replied Commander Thalia, her voice steady but filled with concern. She leaned closer to the hologram, displaying the blurry image of the enormous ship breaking through the clouds. "This is unlike anything we've seen. What if they've finally harnessed the power of the stars?" The other commanders scoffed, their laughter echoing throughout the room. They were confident in their fleet's strength and capabilities, brushing off any concerns. However, Thalia's instincts told her otherwise. She had always been cautious, and deep down she felt a growing unease about the situation. Meanwhile, on Earth, a top military strategist named General Mark Adams stood in front of a large screen in a darkened room. He was a burly man with a stern face, but his eyes sparkled with determination. The image on the screen showed the USS Prometheus, a secret supercarrier designed in the depths of the ocean, hidden from the prying eyes of the Galactic Empire. For years, the Earth had been preparing for this moment. With the rise of new technologies and the awakening of their military forces, humans had built the Prometheus in complete secrecy. This ship was unlike any other, equipped with advanced weaponry and cloaking technology that could rival even the most powerful alien ships. Adams was aware that the time had come to reveal their secret. "Today, we show them what humanity is capable of," he declared, his voice echoing in the dark room. He turned to his team, who looked at him with a mixture of excitement and anxiety. "We have trained for this. We will demonstrate our strength and capabilities to the galaxy." As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the ocean, the USS Prometheus emerged from the water like a leviathan. The ship glimmered with a sleek silver hull, reflecting the last rays of sunlight. It was a sight to behold, standing as a testament to human ingenuity and determination. On the bridge of the Prometheus, the crew prepared for their first flight. They were a diverse group, a blend of backgrounds and experiences united by a common goal: to protect their home. As the engines roared to life, excitement filled the air. "Prepare for launch!" shouted Captain Lila, her voice steady and commanding. The crew sprang into action, double-checking systems and ensuring everything was in order. They knew that this mission was critical, and their hearts raced with anticipation. As the ship ascended into the sky, it pierced through the clouds, revealing its magnificent form to the stars above. Meanwhile, in the Galactic Empire's command center, the alien commanders were still debating the significance of the strange ship. Suddenly, alarms blared, and the holographic displays flickered. "Look!" shouted a junior officer, pointing at the screen. The image of the Prometheus appeared, cutting through space with unprecedented speed. Gasps filled the room as the reality of the situation dawned on them. "Could this be the same ship we heard about?" Thalia questioned, her heart pounding. General Varkon's laughter faded as he stared at the screen. "No! This cannot be possible!" In that moment, the Galactic Empire's confidence began to crack, and the seeds of doubt were sown. Earth was no longer just a distant planet. It had transformed into a potential threat that could change the balance of power in the galaxy forever. As the USS Prometheus soared through the sky, its crew could hardly contain their excitement. The ship was a marvel of engineering, designed to showcase humanity's advancements and power. Captain Lila stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the horizon. This was not just a flight, it was the beginning of a new era for Earth. "Prepare for a demonstration of our capabilities," she announced, her voice calm but firm. The crew sprang into action, checking systems and ensuring everything was ready. They knew the eyes of the galaxy were upon them, and this was their moment to shine. Meanwhile, back at the Galactic Empire's command center, the mood was tense. The alien commanders gathered around the main screen, still shocked by the sight of the Prometheus. General Varkon, who had once laughed at the idea of human advancements, was now silent, his expression grim. "Prepare to send a fleet to investigate," he commanded, trying to regain control of the situation. "We cannot let this go unanswered." As the Empire scrambled to react, the Prometheus prepared to execute its first maneuver. Captain Lila took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment. This was her chance to show the galaxy that humanity was no longer to be underestimated. The ship's engines roared as it accelerated, climbing higher into the atmosphere. Lila signaled her crew to engage the cloaking device, making the ship invisible to radar. The crew watched in awe as the stars around them seemed to shift, their ship blending seamlessly into the cosmos. "Now let's show them what we can do," Lila shouted. With a flick of her wrist, she initiated a series of advanced maneuvers that had been practiced countless times in simulations. The Prometheus twisted and turned, its movements fluid and precise. The crew felt a surge of adrenaline as they realized how powerful their ship truly was. Back in the Galactic Empire's command center, the alien officers were in chaos. The holographic displays showed the Prometheus executing impossible maneuvers, defying all laws of physics. The junior officer who had first spotted the ship was now wide-eyed, staring at the screen in disbelief. "General, we need to assess this situation," the junior officer urged. "This ship is beyond anything we've encountered." Varkon, trying to mask his growing concern, barked orders to his fleet. "Deploy our drones! We need to capture this ship or at least understand its technology." But the Prometheus was not done yet. Captain Lila activated the ship's primary weapon, a powerful energy beam designed to mimic the Empire's own technology. As she pressed the button, a brilliant beam of light shot from the ship, striking a nearby asteroid. The explosion was massive, scattering rocks across the sky. The crew cheered, their spirits soaring as they witnessed the power of their creation. But back in the Empire, the atmosphere shifted from disbelief to panic. "Retreat!" Varkon shouted, realizing they were not ready for a confrontation. The aliens watched in horror as the Prometheus continued its dazzling display of agility and strength. In that moment, a sense of urgency washed over the Galactic Empire. They had underestimated humanity, believing Earth to be an insignificant planet. Now, they were witnessing the birth of a new threat, and their previous laughter felt foolish and naive. As the crew of the Prometheus continued their demonstration, news of their actions spread quickly throughout the galaxy. Other species watched in awe, their leaders holding urgent meetings to discuss the implications of this newfound power. On Earth, General Mark Adams watched the live feeds from the bridge of the Prometheus, his heart swelling with pride. "We did it," he whispered to himself. "We've shown them we are not to be taken lightly." However, in the shadows of the Empire, whispers began to spread. Some believed it was time for an alliance, while others were determined to crush this new threat before it could grow. As the Galactic Empire faced its own internal divisions, Earth stood poised at the edge of a new chapter, ready to meet whatever challenges lay ahead. The battle lines were drawn, and the stakes had never been higher. The galaxy would never be the same again. In the aftermath of the USS Prometheus's spectacular unveiling, the galaxy was in a state of turmoil. News of Earth's secret supercarrier spread like wildfire, igniting a sense of urgency and fear within the Galactic Empire. They had dismissed humanity as insignificant, but now they faced a new reality. Earth was not the weak planet they once believed it to be. Back at the Empire's command center, a meeting of high-ranking officials was underway. The once confident General Varkon was now visibly shaken, his green skin glistening under the harsh lights. He stood before a holographic map of the galaxy, which displayed various fleets and potential targets. "We must act swiftly," Varkon declared, his voice laced with urgency. "If we allow Earth to gather strength, we risk losing our power. They have shown us their capabilities, and we cannot let this go unchallenged." Commander Thalia, who had warned her fellow commanders about underestimating Earth, stood up. "I agree, General. We cannot approach this situation recklessly. We must analyze their technology and understand how they managed to develop such a powerful ship in secrecy." Varkon nodded but remained stubborn. "We have to show them who is in control. Send a fleet to intimidate them. We will not attack yet, but we need to demonstrate our might." Meanwhile, on Earth, General Mark Adams gathered his top advisors in a secure room deep within the military headquarters. A large screen displayed the latest intelligence reports and images of the Galactic Empire's fleets moving closer to Earth. The atmosphere was tense as everyone understood the stakes. "We need to prepare for any eventuality," Adams said, his voice steady. "The Empire will not take this lightly. They will come for us, and we need to be ready." Adams's second-in-command, Colonel Sarah, leaned forward, her brow furrowed with concern. "General, we have the Prometheus. But we must not forget that we are still outnumbered. The Empire has fleets scattered across the galaxy. They could easily overwhelm us if they decide to attack." Adams nodded. "That's why we must act smartly. We need to form alliances with other planets. If we can show them that we are strong and capable of defending ourselves, they may join our side." The crew of the Prometheus was busy preparing for potential conflicts, conducting drills, and enhancing the ship's defenses. Each crew member was acutely aware of the looming threat, their spirits both high and tense. They had tasted victory, but they knew the battles ahead would be much more challenging. Back in the Galactic Empire, the situation was becoming dire. Different factions began to emerge within the command. Some officials, fearing the rise of Earth, pushed for an immediate attack, believing it was the only way to secure their dominance. Others, including Thalia, argued for caution and investigation. "Launching an attack without understanding our enemy is foolish," Thalia insisted during a heated discussion. "What if they have more hidden technologies? We risk losing everything." General Varkon, frustrated by her warnings, retorted, "We cannot show weakness. If we hesitate, we will lose the confidence of our allies and our soldiers. Fear is what keeps our empire strong." As tensions rose, the Empire's leadership found themselves at a crossroads. Debates turned into arguments, and factions began to form. The once unified command was now fractured, with different views on how to handle the threat from Earth. In the shadows of these discussions, a more sinister plan was brewing. Some commanders saw the chaos as an opportunity to eliminate Varkon and take control themselves. They believed that by launching a surprise attack on Earth, they could gain glory and power. Back on Earth, the atmosphere was electric with preparation. Mark Adams, aware of the growing threat, ordered a broadcast to the public, urging citizens to stay calm and focused. He understood that fear could undermine their efforts, and unity was crucial. "We will not back down," he declared. "We are strong, and we will fight for our home. Together, we will stand against the Empire and show them that humanity is not to be trifled with." As the broadcast ended, the crew of the Prometheus gathered on the bridge, feeling the weight of their leader's words. They were ready to defend their planet and their future, united in purpose. But deep down, each person knew that the upcoming confrontation could change everything. The galaxy was holding its breath, waiting for the storm to break. The stage was set for a clash between two worlds, one of pride and dominance and the other of resilience and courage. Tension crackled in the air as the two forces prepared for what was to come, and neither side could predict the outcome. The tension between Earth and the Galactic Empire reached its breaking point. The USS Prometheus stood ready at Earth's orbital dock, its crew tense and focused. Captain Lila surveyed the deck, her heart racing with anticipation. They all knew that the first clash was imminent, and every second counted. "Status report," Lila commanded, her voice steady despite the chaos in her mind. "Long-range scanners detect multiple ships approaching," reported Ensign Jake, his fingers flying over the controls. "It looks like a full fleet from the Empire. They are closing in fast." The crew exchanged worried glances. They had prepared for this moment, but nothing could fully prepare them for the reality of combat. Earth was at stake, and they had to hold their ground. Back at the Galactic Empire's command center, General Varkon paced nervously. He had finally decided to act, believing that a show of strength would put the fear of the Empire into humanity. He rallied his commanders, his voice booming with authority. "Today we show the galaxy that the Empire will not be challenged. Prepare the ships for battle," he ordered, his eyes filled with determination. The commanders nodded, their faces a mixture of excitement and fear. They knew that this battle could change everything. As the fleet approached Earth, Lila and her crew readied their defenses. The bridge was alive with activity as each crew member focused on their tasks. They had trained for this moment, and now it was time to put their skills to the test. "Activate the shields and prepare the weapons," Lila shouted. The crew responded immediately, their movements precise and practiced. As the enemy fleet entered the Earth's atmosphere, the tension in the Prometheus reached a boiling point. "Here they come!" shouted Jake, his eyes glued to the screens. Red dots began to appear, indicating enemy ships breaking through the clouds. The Galactic Empire's ships were massive and intimidating, their dark hulls glistening in the sunlight. They moved in formation, a sign of their military precision. Lila could see the colossal vessels beginning to lock onto their target. "Steady, everyone! Wait for my command," Lila instructed, her voice calm but firm. She knew that the first moments of battle were crucial. They had to strike hard and fast to gain the upper hand. The enemy ships fired their weapons first, streaks of bright energy racing toward the Prometheus. Lila gripped the controls, her heart pounding. "Evasive maneuvers! Now!" she yelled. The crew worked as one, the ship darting and weaving through the incoming fire. The Prometheus danced through the chaos, narrowly avoiding the blasts. The crew cheered as they managed to evade the first wave. "Return fire!" Lila commanded. "Show them what we've got!" Jake pressed the button, and the ship's energy beam fired back at the enemy. The bright light cut through the air, striking one of the smaller enemy ships. It exploded in a flash of color, sending debris scattering across the sky. The victory was short-lived. The enemy fleet regrouped and returned fire with renewed fury. Energy blasts filled the sky as the battle intensified. The Prometheus rocked under the impact of enemy fire, alarms blaring across the bridge. "Damage report," Lila shouted, her voice cutting through the noise. "Shields at 70%. We need to fall back and regroup," yelled Sarah, her fingers moving quickly over the controls. "No! We can't retreat now," Lila replied, her determination hardening. "We fight back and protect our home." With a fierce battle cry, Lila led her crew into the fray, taking the fight to the enemy. The ship maneuvered through the chaos, firing at any target in sight. In the depths of the Empire's fleet, Varkon was furious. "They are putting up more resistance than I expected." "Increase firepower," he commanded. As the battle raged on, both sides suffered losses. The sky was filled with the sounds of explosions and the bright flashes of energy beams. It was chaos, but it was also a testament to humanity's determination to fight back. Lila felt a rush of adrenaline as she commanded her crew. "We will not back down! Keep fighting!" With each successful hit, they felt a surge of hope, knowing that they were making a stand against a much larger enemy. The first clash was fierce, and the outcome was still uncertain. Both sides were relentless, determined to emerge victorious. In that moment, the battle for Earth had begun, and neither the Galactic Empire nor humanity could predict how it would end. The aftermath of the fierce battle left both the USS Prometheus and the Galactic Empire's fleet in disarray. The stars shone brightly above, but the void of space was filled with debris and the echoes of conflict. Captain Lila stood on the bridge, her heart heavy with the toll of the fight. They had faced the Empire and lived to tell the tale, but the victory had come at a price. "Damage report!" Lila commanded, her voice steady despite the exhaustion that clung to her. "Shields are down to 30%, and we've lost 2 engines," reported Ensign Jake, his eyes wide with concern. "We're vulnerable, Captain." Lila took a deep breath, looking out at the scattered wreckage of the enemy ships drifting in space. "We fought well, but we need to regroup. If they attack again, we won't be ready." Just then, the comm system crackled to life. "This is Commander Thalia of the Galactic Fleet. We have a situation." Lila's heart raced. "What is it, Commander?" "We have detected multiple ships heading toward Earth," Thalia explained. "These are not Galactic Empire vessels. They appear to be from neighboring systems, likely drawn by the battle." The news sent a wave of unease through the crew. Lila knew that more enemies would be disastrous. "How many ships?" she asked. "Preliminary scans show at least 5 large vessels, and they are coming in fast," Thalia replied, urgency in her tone. "We need to warn Earth and prepare for another fight." "Prepare our defenses," Lila ordered, her voice firm. "We need to contact Earth's military and make sure they are ready." As the Prometheus communicated with Earth's command, Lila felt a sense of dread creeping in. If these new ships were hostile, they would need every ally they could muster. Meanwhile, on one of the approaching ships, a tall, broad figure with metallic skin stood before his crew. Commander Jorak of the Velsar Republic was known for his fierce loyalty and his desire to protect his people. He had watched the battle from afar and had been deeply impressed by the resilience of Earth's forces. "Captain, the battle we witnessed was remarkable," Jorak said, turning to his officers. "The humans stood their ground against the Galactic Empire. They fought for their home. We cannot stand by and let the Empire crush them." One of his officers nodded. "But, Commander, the Empire is powerful. What can we do?" Jorak's eyes glinted with determination. "We will form an alliance. We have technology and resources that can aid the humans. If we work together, we can show the Empire that we will not be intimidated." As Jorak made his decision, Lila and her crew were receiving news of the new alliance. "This is incredible," Jake said, his eyes brightening. "If we can unite with the Velsar Republic, we may have a chance." Lila nodded, feeling a surge of hope. "We need to communicate with them immediately. Let them know we welcome their assistance." In a matter of hours, the Velsar ships arrived in Earth's orbit. Commander Jorak's ship, the Velsar Guardian, was a magnificent sight, its sleek lines and advanced technology shining against the backdrop of the stars. Lila felt a rush of excitement as she prepared to meet the Velsar forces. On the bridge of the Prometheus, Lila stood alongside Jorak, both leaders addressing their crews. "Today we stand united against a common enemy," Lila declared, her voice resonating with confidence. "Together we can defend Earth and show the Galactic Empire that we will not back down." Jorak stepped forward, his voice deep and commanding. "The Velsar Republic is honored to ally with you, humans. Your bravery has inspired us, and we will fight alongside you." The crew erupted into cheers, their spirits lifted by the promise of new allies. The tension that had hung over the ship began to lift, replaced by a sense of purpose and unity. As the two forces prepared for the inevitable confrontation with the Empire, Lila and Jorak began strategizing their next move. They discussed tactics and shared technology, determined to combine their strengths. The new alliance was not just about numbers. It was about resilience and the refusal to back down in the face of adversity. The Galactic Empire had underestimated Earth, and now they would face the consequences of their arrogance. With hope rekindled and determination fueling their resolve, the Prometheus and the Velsar ships readied themselves for the next battle. Together they were more than just allies. They were a united front against tyranny, ready to defend their worlds at all costs. The galaxy held its breath as the tides shifted, and a new chapter in the war between Earth and the Galactic Empire was about to unfold.